There has been a plague at my house for the last 2.5 weeks. It is the plague of procrastination. I had 1 week of pretty high stress. So we are excusing that week for the no writing progress. That's fine. But then what has been happening for the last week and a half? I don't know. I have been incredibly lazy. I haven't done hardly anything to work on this project, and I don't know what's happening. The first 2 weeks of June have not yielded the amount of progress I was hoping for, and I'm really annoyed about it. So this week starting June 17th, I am forcing myself to buckle down and get serious and get to work. I'm going to be working every day on this project, and I am going to finish Act 3 revisions by the end of the week. I'm making myself vlog this whole week and this coming weekend to hold myself accountable. And the bonus for you is that you're going to get 2 videos in 1 week out of this whole deal. Amazing. Who would not want more of me in their lives? This video is obviously, if you're watching it, it's going live on Tuesday and it's going to cover Monday through Friday. And then the video this Friday will cover Saturday and Sunday like usual. So it is Monday, the 17th of June. Let's get to work. This is it. This is the vibe. This is what we're going for. We're in stupid little pants that are just like crap. We're just working. We're working. So I've got my next scene pulled up over here. It's only like 920 words at the moment, so we can probably add a little bit to it. My first step with this is going to be just to reread the scene from beginning to end, and then review the notes I made however many weeks back about what I need to change, review my updated outline to see what needs to change. I did a little bit of research this morning because this takes place at a shop, and I knew when I wrote it that I wasn't getting like some of the details right about like how the shop has been set up and all that kind of stuff. So I did a little bit of research this morning, and I'm going to try to incorporate some of that into this chapter. But yeah, let's go. It's some time later. If you can probably hear Jade out there, I don't care. Okay, I've done a little bit of work on this chapter. I'm not anywhere near done yet. I'm going to try to get in about 30 minutes at the moment. Then I have a little errand to run. I have to go out and pick up some supplies for a particular pair of lagomorphs that are going to be staying with us for about 2 months. We'll get into it on Wednesday. Okay, they're coming on Wednesday, but I need some stuff to set up for them first. So yeah, I have to run out real quick to pick that stuff up here in a little bit. But 30 minutes, let's see how much I can get done in 30 minutes, let's go. I have returned. Do you like my little setup here? Isn't that so fun? I've had this sit-stand desk for an age and a half, and it has just sat back in that corner, doing nothing but collecting junk. So I was like, why don't you try to stand, you lazy bum? So I'm trying to do this like every now and then. I'm so lazy though that after like 10 minutes, I'm like, how about we sit? Because that's better. It's 5:45 now. Dinner is being made as we speak, hopefully. It's supposed to be being made. I hear dinner making noises going on, so I'm assuming it's being made for me. But yeah, I'm gonna try to finish the scene before dinner. I've almost gone through it like 1 time, and then obviously I'm gonna have to go back to the beginning and go through it like 10 more times, but at least I've gotten at least one. Before dinner, I will have gotten at least 1 whole pass through of the scene. So let me get that pulled up again and add some more words to it. I I think for the moment, this chapter is completed. I think I need to take elements in this chapter and layer them in earlier. There's an idea I have in this chapter about like conforming to societal standards and stuff that it's kind of made an appearance earlier, but not enough. I don't know. It doesn't quite seem like it fits the right way. So yeah, it's fine. This chapter by itself I think is fine. I just need to set it up better ahead of time, I guess. But it is done. We'll say it's done. We're going to say it's done. I went back through it, added some little fiddly things. It's now at almost 1,500 words. So I added about 600 words to it, which is fine. That's on the shorter side for me. Chapter length really does not matter. I've seen so many people over the years be like, how long should your chapter be? How long should your chapter be? There's no set length for any genre, ever. You can have a chapter that's like 2 paragraphs. You can have a chapter that's 25 pages. It doesn't matter. Generally, for me, and for the type of story I'm writing, I feel like at least 1,000 is usually a good minimum to aim for. Shorter than that, again, like it can be shorter. It just kind of depends on what's going on. But shorter than that, I generally tend to think like, could this be combined with something else? Does this really need to be its own chapter? Are there more details I need to add to bulk it up and flesh it out a little better? Not always. Sometimes they're just kind of short. Yeah, so usually 1,000 is what I'm at least aiming for. Once I hit like the 3,000 word range, I'm kind of like, whoa, this is getting a little lengthy. So the chapter had better support that kind of word count. Again, it can absolutely be that long as it needs to be. It's really whatever the chapter needs, right? So anyway, that was a little tangent. This one is sitting at about 1,500. I am happy with that. I'm going to say this one is done. I'm very hungry at this point. I don't know if I'm going to get back here to do any more. Maybe I'll get back here to like read through the next one just so I have it in my head, and then in the morning I'll be ready to dive in. I don't know, we'll see. But at least one done for today, which is good progress. Yes, progress. That's what we're trying to do this week. So I'll see you later, whenever that is, when I'm working on more stuff again. It's chaotic, okay? Everything is everywhere. There's a dog in here. But I did some writing this morning, so that's good. I do want it noted that I took these little videos last night. I was trying to get video of the wind in the trees to show you the coming storm, a literal storm. We're supposed to get a lot of rain later tonight / all of tomorrow / maybe Thursday. So we're looking forward to that. But anyway, it was windy and I was outside with the dogs and I took that video. I have received over the course of the last couple days probably at least a dozen mosquito bites over both of my arms. It's a good thing I wear pants outside, otherwise I'd have them all over my legs too. I'm out there for like 5 minutes and I just get eaten alive. I don't know what it is. Some people like just attract them. Lucky me. So anyway, and then also I have this random outbreak of like eczema on my arms. I'm just like, what the heck? What is happening? So my arms are just a giant itch fest. you definitely needed to know that information. Anyway, I started chapter 23 this morning, I think. Is that what we're on? No, I'm on chapter 24. We're doing even better. I don't feel like the last couple chapters are like done. I definitely think I could go through them again and just fiddle with some little things, but I'm keeping going. I'm trying to update first just like the basic things that need to be updated and not worry too much about like the prose level stuff. So I finished chapter 23 like pretty good enough. Like if I send it to a critique partner, I wouldn't be completely embarrassed by it. But I do think if I went back through them, I could probably improve them a little bit more, just a little bit more. But we're gonna keep going. So I'm on 24. I got through not quite half of it this morning. That's fine. I'll work on it later this afternoon. I do have tomorrow off, so I am planning to try to do a nice chunk of work tomorrow, but we have our little guests arriving. I'm not sure what time they're getting here. I'm not sure if I have to go pick them up. I'm still waiting for instructions. We'll chat more about them tomorrow. And then I do have a Zoom meeting with Jade's vet tomorrow afternoon at 2:30. So I have a few things that'll interrupt the day, but I'm hoping I can get a lot done tomorrow. For the moment, I still have a little bit more time to be at my job. And then I'll be able to come back over here. You can't even see it. It's right there. I'll go back a little later and actually do some writing work. Oh, except also I forgot. It's Tuesday, of course. What day is it? It's Tuesday the 17th? Something? Yes. We had a Nintendo Direct this morning. Are you excited? Oh, I'm excited for the new Zelda game. I've never played a 2D Zelda. This one looks really fun. And you finally get to play as Princess Zelda. They finally are going to give it to us. So anyway, tell me your Zelda thoughts below. Okay, thanks. The workday has thankfully concluded. So we're going to get started on this workday. Loving that for me. It's supposed to start raining at some point. I swear every time I check the weather app, it's like, it's going to start raining in 5 minutes. And I'm like, okay, I feel ready for that. And then I check in like 10 minutes and it's like, okay, maybe by like 8 o'clock tonight, it's going to start raining. And I'm like, can you, what? There's not a single good weather app. And there's not a single like online place for Houston weather that I've found that's like reliable. DC, we had the Capital Weather Gang. They were my go-tos. Any weather event, no matter how big or small, they would have like this massive analysis right up of it. You knew exactly what to expect. With Capital Weather Gang. I have nothing. I have no Houston Weather Gang. It's really frustrating. Anyway, let me get back into this scene. I am maybe a little less than halfway done with it. But let me jump back into this and see how far we can get before I need to start dinner. I do think though we're gonna get the standing desk going because I've been sitting all day. It's a little bit of a setup. And this wheel keeps locking. It's fine. I'm good. Uh-oh, hold on. There you go. Got my mouse. I look like super tiny. Okay. Alright. Amazing. I'm gonna get tired of this in like 15 minutes. Real quick, I'm still in the middle of this, but I wanted to mention something that happened a few weeks ago, just in case it like could be an idea for someone else as a resource to use. So obviously I'm writing historical romance and there's a lot of historic details in it and I can find a lot of those details online, but there are sometimes details where I'm like, I really want to know this one little particular thing and I cannot find a resource that will answer it anywhere. And if you're also writing something historic in nature, it doesn't have to be romance, obviously, it could be historical fiction or just anything in general that you're kind of curious about, and you can't find an answer online, find like a museum or an organization dedicated to that thing, and you can email those places. So like in this book, my heroine is interested in architecture, but it's 1811. Women obviously were not going to school for that. And she's trying to enter the Royal Academy's exhibition, which is like an art show basically, that was founded in the 1700s. It's still ongoing today. And I wanted to know, like, okay, obviously in this early 1800s, women were not being, their work was not put on display in the architecture section. They had paintings, sometimes like watercolors and miniatures and stuff that women did have displayed at the exhibition, but not in like sculpture. That was for men. That was only for men. So anyway, I was curious, like, well, when did a woman have an architectural design displayed in the exhibition for the first time? Like, when would that have been? I was pretty sure it wasn't going to be like early 1800s in the period I'm writing. I was pretty sure it was going to be later, but I couldn't find anything. And I felt like that would be a pretty big achievement if you were the first woman to have your work displayed in that category at this big exhibition. Like, that seems like it would be a pretty easy to find piece of information. I could not find it anywhere. So finally I emailed the Royal Academy and I was like, hey, here's my question about women architects. And I got a response about a week later. It was a really lovely response, very detailed. They didn't know. This guy was like, that is such an interesting question. He was like, I talked to this colleague, I talked to that colleague, we looked in this place. They were like, we can't find it. We don't know, which I thought was so interesting. So it didn't answer my particular question, but he did give me some other resources to look at. And he did confirm, like, they were pretty sure that wouldn't have happened until like maybe the 1930s. So I'm very, safe in saying no women have been displayed at the exhibition in the architecture section at this point in time. I also have emailed the John Soane Museum and a couple other places. So like, just an idea, if you haven't thought of that yet, you can definitely email these places, and they're usually really nice and excited to talk to people who are, interested in the subject. So there's your little writing research tidbit for the day. Welcome to the extremely well-lit area beneath my kitchen bar. Is that what a kitchen... I don't think that's what it's supposed to look like under there. Like, it's got the regular, granite countertop, and then there's just wood underneath. We didn't see that on our tour of the house. Anyway, tell me if that's supposed to look that way. I don't think it is. I think they did a cheap redo of the kitchen before we moved in. Anyway, that has nothing to do with anything. But apologies for the light. So it's like 8:00, and I've been getting stuff ready for tomorrow for our little bunny friends that are coming to join us. I have a little bit more I'm going to try to do in there before the end of the day. I had to remake our bed, just doing all this kind of stuff. I did finish almost the whole chapter. I need a couple ending paragraphs of sort of some character interiority. I almost feel like I need to reread a couple of the previous chapters to get a better idea of like where things were going. I don't know. Yeah, but we'll deal with that tomorrow. We got most of a chapter done today. That's good. I'm gonna finish doing a few more things in the little bunny space, and then I'll see you tomorrow. It's coming together. The lighting in here is not great right now, but this is what we've got so far. The water dish. I bought this. I think it's a little small, but I think they'll still fit in there. I don't know what they'll do with it, but there it is. We've got a little Heidi house play situation. I put some, oh, you can't even see it. There's a snack in there. A grass mat to chew on. And then we're using our old dog kennel. I put a blankie in there and covered it with an old towel. So it'll be a little bit of like a hiding spot for them. I think it looks cute. I need the litter box, but according to the people who know, they prefer a specific litter box. So they are bringing a litter box with them. Yeah, but that's what it's looking like so far. Also, all the crazy rain we were supposed to get, like all day, torrential downpours, it's like misting outside. And it's going to move through in the next couple hours, and it's just like green on the radar, you know, like just the most mild of rain. And I'm like, what the heck? It is raining actually down on like the Gulf Coast, like Galveston, like that kind of area, but we're going to get, they were like 2 to 3 inches of rain for 9. I was like, we're going to get like 2/3 of a half of an inch. So anyway. At least that won't be a problem today. I need to get myself ready because I still have half wet hair and this going on. So I'm going to put myself together and then we're going to get to work over here. I'm having a crisis. I had a little bit of a crisis this morning. Okay. I need to go back and do some like brainstorming and outlining because there's things in this third act that I had restructured that I'm like, does this work? So it'll be fine. But let me get myself put together. And then we will take a look at some of this writing work. Ta-da! We're looking presentable finally. Okay, so I sat down to work this morning and something is just not, it's not quite right. So I'm going to take some time to pause, like churning through these chapter revisions. I'm going to go back to the beginning of Act 3, reread what I've already done, reread my outline, my notes, and just try to like maybe better outline the section that I'm in at the moment. Because there's, I don't know, there's like decisions the characters are making that doesn't quite seem to fit. And I don't know, something's not right. So let me go slow down a teeny bit, see what I've already done and see where hopefully I need to go. We'll see. Let me just review some stuff. Okay, it's a little hard working with him in here because he's so cute. He's just being a good boy. I have done some work. I've reread not all of the scenes yet. I'm like poking at them and fixing little things as I go. I think the scene I'm in right now is the one where I really need to make sure connections are made the right way. So I'm in the third act out of 4. I work in a 4-act structure. I'm planting like seeds of doubt at this point, right? We had the midpoint already at like the 50% mark where they're like, oh my gosh, I think I really like you. Ooh, you know, and then now we're getting into this section where we're kind of leading up to the third act breakup. And so it can't just like randomly happen out of the blue. I mean, it could, I guess, but we have to plant some seeds. We have to plant some seeds to get them to the point where they're like, wait a minute. I need to make sure that the external plot is connected the right way to the internal arc. And I think that's maybe the problem at this point. So I'm working in a scene right now. What is this, chapter 23? I'm at a point, do you do this where you're like, okay, I think I need to delete this and do something different, but like you don't want to delete it. Like what if you need it? What if you don't want to delete it, but you've already deleted it? So I'm just going to tab down a little bit and start writing what I think it maybe should be. And we'll still have the original second draft stuff right there. So dumb. But yeah, so that's what I'm working on right now. I'm going to take a small break though. It's like 11:30. I'm going to take a small break. I'm going to drag the hay box into the other room. And the bunnies are supposed to be here in like an hour and a half. And you know I'm going to take a break when they get here. So let me get that hay in there because that needs, you know, they're going to want some hay. And then we'll come back to this. Okay, I'm still just on the struggle bus over here, trying to figure out how to make this work. But it's 12:30, just about. I'm gonna take a little break to get something to eat. The bunnies are supposed to be here in about half an hour, and I'll tell you all the things. I'll sit with them and tell you what the heck is going on. But yeah, so let me take a quick break, and I'll see you with some bunnies next. Okay, here are the little babies. Here are the little babies. You might recognize one of them. The one that's under there currently is technically named Uncle Fester. We started calling him Teddy because I couldn't stand calling him Fester. But he was adopted, got bonded with this little girl over here whose name is Mossy. And unfortunately, the adopter had some issues with the two of them and two other bunnies they had. Even though they weren't in the same space, the other bunnies did not like this little girl. Hi. And so they've had to give them up again. Hi, Bubby. Do you remember me? Hi, buddy. And they had like a deadline, like they had to have these guys out of their house by the end of the month, and they were trying to find a foster and they couldn't find anyone. They had somebody who can take them in August, but nobody for like basically now and through the end of July. Hi, sweet boy. Oh, you're such a good boy. So she reached out and she was like, would you mind taking him for like 2 months? And I said, okay, since you can't find anyone else. We only have him for the 2 months, and I felt okay with that just because there was like a pretty hard deadline. It wasn't like you could have them for as long as it takes for them to get adopted, you know? So anyway, we've got all this set up in here for them. Hopefully they'll be cozy, and we'll get to know them a little bit, or at least get to know this little girl. It's 1:30 now. I have my Zoom meeting with the vet for Jade in an hour. I'm probably just gonna like turn out the lights in here, let them look around, explore the space, and hopefully start settling in a little bit. He's like, get that thing out of my face. You're a sweet boy. You were a sweet boy. Yeah, you were a little sweetheart. This little girl, I think she's gonna be trouble. I think she's gonna be trouble. Who did you get yourself involved with, huh? There it is. The first bunny poop. Alright, I've got not too much time left before this Zoom meeting starts. I think what I need to do, because I've just been sitting here like mulling things, I think what I need to do, because this helped last time, is I need to take my phone and throw it out the window. No, probably, but take my phone, use the voice memo section, and record me just rambling about things. That actually really worked. It took 54 minutes of rambling, but I did get to a point where I was like, ooh, okay, this is the direction to go. So I think I'm hoping if I try that again and just wander around my house for like an hour after this meeting is over, maybe I'll come to some kind of conclusion or idea about how to move forward with this story. Because I just feel like right now the things that are coming between them are like not enough. Like it's not good enough to be convincing as a real problem or something. I don't know. We'll do that later. I'm gonna sit here and be anxious for the next 30 minutes until this meeting starts. And then we'll have the meeting and then it'll be over and then I won't have to stress about it anymore. So, yeah. Let me just take this little break here for this meeting. I've taken a lot of breaks today on my day off when I'm supposed to be writing. I did try, like I've been trying, but anyway. I'll see you when I'm wandering about my house talking absolute nonsense to no one. That was a long Zoom meeting. It is 3:45. Our dog is broken. Like, in case you're new here, our dog is broken. He was saying, like, usually when dogs come to us, they have like anxiety issues or aggression toward their owners or issues with like leashes or collars or other things being like put on them, or like they have specific issues. Sometimes they have a couple different issues, noise phobia, like thunderstorms, whatever. He was like, Jade has like selections from like all of them and she is in her own little cloud of disaster. So he was like, it's, you know, hard to figure out what to do because she doesn't fit any of the normal patterns. Of course, we would choose the dog that has like all these random issues. But yeah, so we have a few things we're going to try. Yeah, it's honestly just kind of disheartening a lot of times because he was like, we've been working for like a year and a half and we've seen a little bit of improvement, but not anything like super significant. So anyway, not the funnest. He's very nice. Like the doctor we're seeing is very nice. He's very much like, I will continue working with you as long as you want to. But if you're like done, you can be done. But I'm not ready to be done yet for her. I understand why he's saying that, but I'm not ready to, yeah. Not yet. We'll keep trying. We'll keep trying a little bit longer. So, this dog is the good dog. He is over there licking absolutely every inch of his body at the moment. So sorry if you hear a lot of smacking going on. What am I going to do right now? It's almost 4 o'clock. I need to take care of a few things. Our special little dog in the other room is going to be waking up around 4. What am I going to do now? I wanted to talk to myself in a lengthy voice memo. Maybe I'll do that while I'm cooking dinner. I don't know. I need a little break. I need just a little break. Check on those bunnies. Make sure they're doing okay. And yeah, just do a few other things. So I'll check in with you a little later. I mean, honestly, the lighting in here is spectacular. So, oh my gosh. The lighting is so bad. It's just a single thing with all of our junk. Listen, okay, this was supposed to be the guest room. I was so excited when we bought this house. You're just not going to see my face. That's fine. Or maybe, you know what, Meredith, we could use principles of light and turn toward the light a little bit better. Now I look like I'm in some sort of horror movie. I don't know what's going on. That looks worse. Honestly, you're going to get the shadows. Okay, so when we bought this house, one of the things I really wanted was like an extra bedroom so that we would have like a guest room so that we could have like our parents come visit and we would have like a cozy space for them. They wouldn't have to stay in a hotel. It wouldn't be like some weird situation. Like they would have this nice room. We bought a bed. We bought a sleep number mattress. I have like decoration on the wall. I have themed decoration for the season. I was like, this is so good. I'm like actually an adult. And now it's just been turned into like, not a junk room, because this stuff over here is not junk, but like we had Nahan in here for a while. Like this was kind of his space to be, and now it's for the bunnies. So no one come visit because we have no space for you. Okay, so I was gonna fix dinner and like talk to myself, and one of those things did not happen. I didn't talk to myself at all because I was so focused on making this stupid dinner. I was missing a fairly key ingredient, sweet Thai chili sauce. which, as I found out from the internet, is not easy to like have a substitute for. I made a substitute that was a little more spicy than I would like, and the meal, like, it worked, but now the stuff I made is like super spicy. So I ate what I could, and I hope my husband likes it because he's gonna have to eat the rest. So anyway, then I was just like, I can't make anything. I was just not having a good time. Anyway, so this was kind of a bust. I don't know. Today was like the day off, and I was gonna do so much work and make so much progress, and I just feel like I didn't. I don't feel like I did anything. I was working, you saw, but I just don't feel like I made like very good progress. I'm really frustrated. I have 2 days. Well, no, I have 4 days, right? My goal was to finish Act 3 by the end of this week, meaning like Sunday, like Sunday was like the last day. So I've got 4 days left. 2 days left for this vlog. You're gonna have to come back for the next one to see if I can make it. I don't know. I mean, I really want to finish it, but I also don't want to like finish it in a stupid way, So I'm gonna try to brainstorm a little more tomorrow and see what we can do. But for now, I'm gonna sit in here with these two cuties. You can't even see them, and just have a nice time with some bunnies, because that sounds like a good idea. So I'll see you tomorrow, Thursday, for the second to last day of this probably really convoluted vlog. Look at him. He coming over to say hi. See you Thursday. Look at this little girl. Oh, you are very friendly. Yes. Oh, that camera is tenuously balanced. Oh no. Okay. It's afternoon. Work is done, so that's fun. I'm gonna knock this over, I swear to you. Okay. Work is done. I got up very early this morning, and I decided to do the trick I said I never do in my revision video. I got a notebook and I started writing, and I'll be real honest with you, it is currently like 4:15 in the afternoon. I was writing that at like 4:30 this morning. I don't remember what I wrote at all. I remember feeling like I had gotten some good stuff down, but I have no recollection of what that stuff was. So I'm just taking a little breather. I'm gonna need to get the doggos up. Jade is still sleeping / not making any noise. She looks like she's just laying there. So she hasn't gotten up at all. She usually gets up in the middle of the afternoon to go potty, but she hasn't moved, so I don't know what's up with that. I'm trying to be in here. I'm just down the hallway from where she's sleeping, so I'm trying to like talk and make some noise so she kind of wakes up, and hopefully needs to go potty at some point because she hasn't been potty since this morning. So yeah, give me a few minutes and we'll review whatever the crap I wrote this morning when I was exhausted and shouldn't have been awake, and yeah, we'll go from there. Okay. Oh, she finally gonna wake up now that I'm ready to sit down and do some writing. That's fine. It's 4:30, so I want her to get up. Okay, let me go get her. She's awake. We went outside. We had to go really fast because it was like raining, even though it's really sunny outside. So yeah, she's awake now. So yeah, she's mad that Nahan is in the hallway.
I'll be back in a second.
Okay, she's in the living room in her favorite chair. She tried to come in here and lay down on his bed, which is a no-no. So I lured her out with treats. Now she's in this bed, or this chair, whatever. Probably gonna go to sleep, which is ridiculous because she's only been awake for like 15 minutes. But did I even say what was happening? We gave her an additional dose of gabapentin at about 3 this afternoon. That was one of the recommendations from the vet yesterday. So we tried that. She definitely seems much more out of it. So we'll see how she does over the next couple days with that. But yeah, she definitely more tired than normal. So I will keep tabs on her in her little sleeping spot. We'll see how that goes. I'm going to pull out those notes I did this morning, read them. I can see them from where I'm sitting, and my handwriting is horrific. It's fine. Let me reread those, see what I think. If it was as good as I remember it somehow being, we'll see about that. And then we'll pull up this document over here and see if we can make some decisions about what to change or what not to change. Okay, I'm actually pleasantly surprised with amazing what a lack of sleep will do for your brain. I'm pleasantly surprised with some of the stuff in here. I'm like, okay, this makes sense. It makes sense why the hero would think this way. It makes sense why the heroine would think this way. It makes sense why he would be trying to get her to do other stuff. And it's not bad stuff either. That's the other thing that I like about how this is set up, is they both want really good things. There's nothing wrong with the two like goals these two characters have, but the way I structured this third act, I guess you would say, is it's almost like you have to choose. If you choose to put your focus on achieving this one goal, then this other thing is going to fall by the wayside, and there are big consequences. But if you focus on this thing and let this other thing fall to the wayside, there's big consequences there too. So I like that neither of them is doing something that is like objectively wrong. Have you ever read a book where it's like, obviously this character is doing something like immoral or faithless or something else where it's like, clearly this person is wrong. And they have to like come to a point where they see they were so wrong, right? And so it's not that either of them are doing something that's wrong. It's just that they can't have both things. So like, which do you choose when there are consequences to both? So yeah, I like that. I think it's set up good. I just need to make sure that is coming through in these most recent chapters that I'm working on. So let me go back to my outline. Let me take these notes and see where can this kind of confrontation and mess come into play. Like, I feel like they start Act 3 thinking like, we can do both. We can do both of these things. Like, we can both get what we want. But as this act is continuing to go forward, it becomes more and more clear you can't. If you try to get both things, you're going to get neither thing, So let me go back to my outline, see what I can do with these notes, and go from there. Okay, I finished updating the outline. It's almost 5:30. The outline is updated. I'm feeling a lot better. I'm feeling a lot better about how this Act 3 is supposed to flow. I feel like it makes sense now. It does mean we have to go back almost to the beginning of Act 3 and change some things. I shouldn't have to change like entire scenes. It's more like inserting new dialogue, maybe deleting some old dialogue, like that kind of thing. Still a lot of work. So all those chapters I've checked off already. I like have to uncheck them. Oh my gosh. I want to be like, I'm still gonna do it. Sunday is the deadline. We're still gonna finish by Sunday. I mean, I hope so. I don't know about that. Yikes. That's a lot of work in not very many days. And today, really, I mean, I'm hoping I can maybe get back here after dinner to look at some stuff again. But like today, I did work, but I wasn't like making progress in terms of like being able to check off chapters, you know what I mean? We'll do what I can. I want to finish by Sunday. If I don't, I'm not going to be too mad. I want to do it right. You know, I think I said this the other day, but like I want to do it right. I don't want to just like power through it and have it just still be a mess. That's a waste of time. So I feel good about this. We'll come back to this in a little bit to maybe go back into some of these scenes and start making some of these updates. As soon as I was like, okay, let's film something, then there were like mowers next door. So if you hear mowing, sorry. All right, so this morning, I actually got through 2 scenes, adding in the little pieces of new stuff to help it flow. So that was good. I'm gonna try to get back here later today to do a little more and maybe kind of catch up to where I was. That would be amazing. But immediately after work, which is very soon, we have like a landscaping guy coming over because if I could show you a picture of this, I would, because it is so sad looking. The front of our house has like the doors in the middle and then there's like hedge kind of bushes on either side. And last year, during the month of August, it was, and I'm not exaggerating this, it was like 100 degrees every single day for the whole month, and then we didn't have any rain for like 2.5 months, from like sometime in July until September. So it was horrifically hot with no rain. We don't have a sprinkler system or anything. So half of the bushes, like the way the sun casts a shadow over the house, half of the bushes are in shadow for a good chunk of the afternoon, which was good, and those bushes look okay. The ones on the other side are in direct sunlight like all the time. They are dead. They are just little sticks and twigs. They look horrible, okay? And so I don't know what you can do for that. Like if you rip them out and put in new bushes, then they're like little baby bushes next to the like mature ones on the other side. I feel like that would look weird. But then like, do you rip everything out? I have no idea. So we've called a landscaping person to come give us a quote for that. And then I'd really love to have sprinklers installed so that we have a better way of watering things when it's 10,000 degrees here. But yeah, so anyway, he's coming over at 4. So I have to talk to him. He's going to be here for like an hour, they said. I was like, doesn't he just need to look and just like tell me what to do? I don't know. But anyway, he's coming over. So I'm going to be tied up with that for a good chunk of time after work. Then I'm going to need to fix dinner and then, so I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to get back here again. We'll find out. But anyway, that's the little update. We're chugging along. I'll talk to you later. It's either to just wrap up the vlog because I have no time left in the day or to do some work. So I'll see you then. All right, we're back here for the final time in this vlog. We had our little landscaping meeting. Of course, it rained for the duration that he was here. And then as soon as he was like, okay, I'm ready to leave, and we were like, bye, thank you so much, it was like stopping the rain. So that was exciting. And of course we were outside. We had umbrellas, but anyway, it's fine. We'll await his estimate. I've got a little bit of time before I have to get evening mealtime ready for the dogs. I already ate my evening mealtime because I was hungry. But before I get all their stuff ready and they kind of are wanting to do things, let me see how far I can get in this next chapter. I've made it back to chapter 23. I don't know if I'm gonna finish it today, but we can at least like do some things. Let's go. Let's go. No time to waste. I am tired, but let's get this done. I've been at this for about 45 minutes. I have made some progress. We're gonna start the scene a different way. I only wrote like 465 words, but I think it's a funner way. It's a more fun way to start the scene, I think, and it'll layer in some of those like seeds of doubt that we were talking about earlier. So That's fun for me, not for the characters. But yeah, it's late in the day well, late. It's 6:45. That's late for me. Bedtime is in like an hour and a half. And it's Friday. It's the end of the week. I'm ready to not think about this until tomorrow. So, I still have 2 days left. I don't know how we're going to finish all of the work that still needs to be done on the rest of the chapters in this act to finish by Sunday, but we're going to give it our best shot. You will have to come back, though, on Friday to see the conclusion of this week-long push to actually get my button gear and do some work and see if I can actually hit the original goal of finishing all of Act 3's revisions by Sunday. If you've made it this far into the video, thank you. You're a real one. This was a really long video, but I was just like, I'm almost doing this more for me than for you guys, like, sort of. I mean, I tried to make it fun, but, you know, I was really like, you're gonna vlog so that you have to actually do some writing. That is the end of this vlog. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, click the subscribe button. You watched me for like almost an hour at this point. Click the subscribe button. I usually post videos on Fridays. This week was a little weird posting on a Tuesday. Look at me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!